Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth, and last time, Miss Medrielle made it to Cliving, where things aren't quite as they seem, but she's not really certain what's wrong. However, she has been asked to help several people, and we have run across one of them, so this is Eisened. Let's talk to him.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Greetings, my name is Eisened. My home is here in Cliving, but many of the people who now occupy our city are wayward farmers who have been forced from their homes and have taken refuge within the city walls. I've asked my neighbors to donate food and shelter to those who have fled and left behind their belongings. Many have given to the cause, but Giselman is ignoring my pleas. She plans to host a large feast in honor of Reeve Athelward, an action she hopes will increase her own renown, as she values her opinion in others above all else. There are people in dire need of rations, and she intends to foolishly host banquets for the wealthy. Giselman refuses to listen to me. She believes that I am jealous of her high esteem and consider my request a tactic to undermine her affairs. Perhaps you might sway her decision. Suggest to her that the nobles would view a banquet to be distasteful, and that a charitable donation would be viewed more favorably among her peers. Okay, so we have to convince somebody not to host a banquet for the Reeve. I don't know how we're going to manage that, but Malbeort's house. So we need to come in here and talk to Malbeort. Hello? I don't see anybody. Malbeort lies wounded on the floor, unmoving. Oh dear, that's not good. Malbeort has perished from a series of wounds. This dagger appears to fit the size of the wound and is covered in blood. Okay, so the guy we were supposed to talk to is deceased. Not by choice or by nature. That's not good. And now we're carrying around the murder weapon, because that's awesome. Okay, who are you? Trumcell.
Time is short, and so is hope.
I understand that Ordwakir is angry about not receiving his candlestick, but I simply cannot make them without the proper moldings. I was expecting a set of moldings sent from Edoras, but have received no shipment for many days. Please speak to the quartermaster and see if he knows where my shipment of moldings from Edoras might arrive. So, you're expecting a shipment of the moldings you need to make the candlesticks that the guy wants. You have not received them. You don't know where they're at. All right. Oh, well, we're wandering around here. See who else we can find to help out, shall we? We got some refugees setting up camp over here. Not the most comfortable or private of settings, but better than being in an orc's belly. Okay, who are you? You're Giselman.
Will you aid the horse lords?
May I help you? I am busy with preparations for an important banquet. You attempt to convince Giselman that giving to charity will increase her popularity among the nobles, more so than her feast. Well, I had not considered this. Oh dear, you're quite right. When others speak of me, they should be commenting on my kindness and generosity. Time is short. Will you help me, please? Please speak to the butcher, cheese baker, and baker of Cliving. Ask them to give much of the food intended for the banquet to Eisened's collection instead. Okay. She was a little more reasonable than I was expecting her to be. Cute houses. See if we can go into any more of these. Some of them are quite nice. Can we go on that one? Nope. Where's that we can go into a lot of houses in Rohan. Hey, who are you? You're the butcher.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
More orders from Gizelman. You informed the butcher that Gizelman would like to donate a portion of her original purchase to the refugees. If she wishes to be charitable, I would be glad to help her. I will set aside a nice lot of fresh meat to be collected for that poor lot of farmers. Butcher has set aside food for the refugees. The baker.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Welcome. Have you come for something fresh? I have a lot of good things for sale, stranger. Oh, you're here about Gizelman's order. Yes, I am working hastily on assembling everything. You explained that Gizelman has asked for a portion of her order to be sent as a charity to the poor. That is quite noble of her. I will have it done right away. Cheesemaker? Yep.
Our mission is dire.
The finest cheese in all the Norcrofts for sale here. May I help you? You explained that Gizelman wishes to donate a portion of food to charity. Gizelman has had a change of heart? What a kind woman. I will be sure to send a portion of fine cheeses to be donated on her behalf. Alright, so they have all agreed to do as she asked, which is kind of awesome. Let's go talk to Gizelman and let her know that these people find her new attitude quite agreeable.
What brings you to these lands?
Thank you for that thoughtful suggestion, Medrielle. You have saved me from making a terrible mistake. I have heard nothing but praise and admiration for my charitable efforts. I would not have guessed that such acts would be noticed and appreciated by others. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good one. Now we need to find the quartermaster and talk to them about the shipment that was supposed to have the moldings in it. And Cliving's quite a nice little town. Although, I guess in this day and age of Middle Earth, it might be considered somewhat bigger than a town and somewhat smaller than a city. Okay, so here is Quartermaster.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Candlestick moldings? Are you mad? Are you not aware of the arcs assaulting men along the road? I have had no shipments arrive from Edoras for quite some time, nor would I expect any but the most urgent of deliveries. Unless you manage to convince every orc from here to Edoras to leave us be, I would not expect your moldings to arrive hastily. So, now we have to talk to Trumsil again. Are you Trumsil? Yes.
The Dunundings rally to the banner of the White Hand.
No moldings. This is terrible news. But I expected as much. If I return the payment, I will be unable to provide for my family, and if I'm thrown into the dungeon, I am in worse condition still. I beg you to reason with Wakar. I know that he will understand if you reason with him. I will grant him a discount upon his next purchase, and craft an extra candlestick for him when I have the moldings. If he would speak with me, I am sure we can negotiate things further. Alright. Convince Ardwakar to be reasonable. Now, who are you? I happen to see you. Oh, you're Walnoth.
Our mission is dire.
You were sent seeking answers, and you return with a dagger? You described to Walnoth the scene you encountered within Malbeort's home. This must be the result of murder. It means that we were on the correct trail, but losing Malbeort does not bode well for us. He could have been the key to understanding this poison, and now he lies dead. Thank you for your help thus far, Medrielle. I must ponder other avenues for us to consider. And we have 3 more quests.
Our success depends upon our strength.
I would like you to
Will you
acquire.
aid us?
I would like you to acquire more information from the cook who found the vial. The kitchen pantry should have been restricted from most townsfolk, and anyone suspicious entering would have been noticed. Ask if anyone who had been within the kitchen of late should be investigated further.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I'm familiar with the type of dagger discovered at Malbeort's home. It is a common tool among the Ered of riders here in Cliving. I suggest you head to the training area near the mead hall and question Captain Theodmar about which of his men might be without their daggers. And
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Malbeort's neighbor, Ondestal, spends a great deal of time watching people come and go along the road. Perhaps she may have seen the people who had entered into Malbeort's home before he was attacked. Visit her outside her home and inquire as to who or what she may have seen. And now we're doing his investigating for him. Okay. So, there is definitely a mystery afoot, including somebody involuntarily leaving the world. This is Ordwicker.
What brings you to these lands?
No candlesticks and no repayment. Unacceptable. I am calling for a guard. A discount? If this is not a trick, then it changes matters entirely. I suppose I could agree to wait a while longer if Trumzel plans on accommodating my future purchases. I shall visit with him later to negotiate. Thank you, and receive this for your trouble. Good. Finally, somebody being slightly reasonable. Now we still need to find Riphelm. But there's also something up here. The Reeve's kitchen. Alright, we'll run in here first. Hello.
What brings you to these lands?
The kitchen is restricted for most commoners. On occasion, Athelward's advisors or the riders are invited in to have a meal prepared or to borrow some ingredients. No one has entered that would arouse suspicion, but then again, I cannot imagine anyone who would want to harm the Reeve. The only people normally in the kitchen are Eldora and myself. Eldora is a young girl who helps with the cleaning in the kitchen, yet she has been acting strangely of late, sometimes leaving the kitchen without notice. I am not quite sure what to make of her behavior. So Eldora is acting strangely. That's chicken coop. That's actually a housing decoration. You can get one of those. And it pretty much looks just like that. There's no interactions with it, which is too bad. You should be able to, like, feed the chickens or something. And who are you? Walna.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
As I thought, most citizens of Cliving would have difficult time sneaking into the kitchen unnoticed. The kitchen servant, Eldora, seems rather suspicious. I will keep her in mind as a potential suspect, or at the very least she may have witnessed something that could be helpful to us. Good work. Who are you? Riphelm.
Our mission is dire.
My work seems much quieter now that some of these trivial disputes have been settled. It is such a shame that no noble blood was shed. Worry not, I merely jest. Perhaps now the nobles might consider the desperate situation that we find ourselves in, and look at their neighbors as allies rather than enemies. The guard has more important matters to attend to than solving petty squabbles. You have my thanks, Medrielle. Okay, well that's finished. We need to talk to Ondestal and Guard Captain Theodmar. This must be... No, this is Inhild. Hello.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Hello, traveler. May I ask a favor of you? I'm worried about a young man named Rendgar who lives on a farm outside Cliving. I have heard countless stories of crofters coming under siege from fearsome orcs and other beasts, and I pray that Rangar remains yet safe. I care deeply for Rangar, but my father will not allow me to see him. He knows that Rangar is poor, and believes he is unworthy of our concern. Please visit his farm and ensure his safety. I love Rangar, but I would rather he flee to Edoras than come to harm for my sake. Hey, a little love story going on there. Interesting. Now let's see. This must be the lady we were looking for. It is.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You must be new to town. Welcome. You want to know who has been seeing Malbeort? Well, he offers treatment and advice to so many, from small children and pets to the Reeve himself. I myself have not seen him since early afternoon yesterday. Prior to that, a few people visited him. A young girl who works in the kitchen, one of Theodmore's riders, and that old fool Wigfagol. Wigfagol, in particular, has seemed very troubled and has been visiting almost daily. That seems to be all that I can recall. I hope it was of some help to you. Okay. So we need to talk to the guard captain. So now we have potentially 2 suspects. Because I'm assuming young girl from the kitchen, she's talking about the one that we've already discussed. Where's the guard? Not sure. It might be outside. Or it might be up here. Nice looking house. They're all nice looking. Of course, some of them are very SML. There's the guard we want to talk to up in here. Back in here. Those was it Elfheim? It's Rohirrim. That's what I know. Hello.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
One of the men in my command, Swithorn, reported that his dagger had gone missing not but a few hours ago. I had been rather lenient with Swithorn about the matter, for his mind is clouded with grief. His elder brother was slain by orcs just out of Ethengels, when Athelward gave orders that we abandon the defense there in order to protect Cliving. Swithorn is a good man. I hope he does not harbor ill feelings towards the Reeve or his fellow riders. Theodmore believes the dagger belongs to a soldier named Swithorn. Alright, so, with all that information, we should return to Walnoth and tell him what further we have discovered. Although, not a whole ton. Can I go in this one? Nope. I believe we can go into a few of the houses in Snowbarn. Alright.
Our mission is dire.
Evidence indicates that the dagger belonged to Swithorn. I am not well acquainted with the man, but I do not like what we have learned thus far. Do you suspect he harbors a grudge against the Reeve for the fate of his brother? Perhaps we need to learn more before rushing to judgment.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
On this doll discussed several people who saw Malbeort before he passed, but this Wigfagol in particular struck her as most unusual. I wonder what old Wigfagol discussed with Malbeort before he met his end.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
I believe we are getting ever closer to solving this mystery, Medrielle. There are three primary suspects that we must consider. The soldier, Swithorn, the cook's assistant, Eldora, and the old man, Wigfagal. Each was seen visiting Malbeort and may have killed him to cover their attempted poisoning against Reeve Athelward. You have been paramount in our progress in this investigation thus far. Interrogating these individuals will prove to be crucial to discovering the truth, so I must leave this task to you. Swithorn should be among the Rohirrim near the mead hall. Wigfagal resides at an estate to the northwest, and Eldora's home can be found near the west entrance to Cliving. Question each of them carefully and return to me with their responses. Okay. Well, we've made some progress in this investigation. Seems that we've narrowed it down to possibly 3 people. Let's see. Who are we talking to first? Who is this? Ah, this is Wigfagal.
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
You suspect me of these rumored crimes? How shameful! Know that I am a respected elder of this community. I was visiting Malbeort for treatment to the terrible nightmares I began having shortly after my son and his family lost their lives. His croft was raided and burned in the first orc assault, and still Athelward has refused to defend these helpless families outside the city walls. It is true, I harbor no love for the Reeve after such a heartless decision, yet I would not resort to poisoning him. Considering, for a moment, how a citizen such as myself would have access to the Reeve's kitchen, surely someone would have noticed my unexpected presence there. Wigfagal has established he had no possible access to the kitchen. He also has established that he probably bears no fondness for the Reeve, considering that his son and his son's family died. And this is Eldora.
What brings you to these lands?
I know that you're investigating the poison found in the kitchen and the murder of Malbeort. Yes, I have heard the rumors. I must explain my actions so that you understand why I'm innocent in these matters. I have been taking care of the injured man you see before us. Freestan. He was wounded in battle and is greatly impaired. I care greatly for Freestan, though he knows it not, and I have been overseeing his aid through medicinal herbs that Malbeort has provided for us. I've been here frequently, tending him, thus my absence from the kitchen. It is true that no one can account for my whereabouts, but when the crimes are committed. But know that I have no more reason to harm Athelward than anyone else in town. Furthermore, Malbeort was helping me to treat Freestan, and I would never have wished harm to come upon him. Okay. So she is aiding this poor man, and her house is very meager. She's got her fire pit over here, a couple of benches to sit at, a rug for a little warmth, tapestry also for warmth, and a curtain that covers the area where the bed is, which currently seems to be occupied by the soldier she's tending. That's a very small house. It's still clean and tidy and, well, warm. Probably easy to warm considering its size. But it's very, very small. Now, we need to find Flipharn. So one person says that he had no access. The second person says that she has been tending an injured soldier with the help of the man that was with the help of Malbeort. Now, I'm going to find the soldier and hear of his excuse. Oh, he did say near the mead hall. Oh, excuse me. Ah, here you are.
What brings you to these lands?
Captain Theodore told me of the circumstances involving Malbeort and my dagger. I understand your reason to suspect me, but I can assure you that I had nothing to do with his murder. My weapon was likely taken from me in order to draw suspicion towards me and away from the real killer. On the night that Malbeort's life was taken, I was patrolling the city perimeter with other guards. Had I left to visit his home, my absence would have been very strongly noticed. I have been grieving the loss of my brother, yet, as I explained to Theodore, I do not blame the Reeve for his death. I respect Athelward greatly, and I understand his decision must have been a difficult one. I'm an honorable man, and these despicable crimes are below me. So, he's established that if he was on patrol like he said, yeah, there's no way that he could have just simply snuck away without it being, I don't know, very obvious that he snuck away. And with that, I don't know if we're any closer to an answer. It seems like all of them had perfectly good alibis. But we will return to Walnoth and tell him what we've discovered.
Our mission is dire.
Each suspect is given a different reason why he or she should be absolved. Swiftborn claims to have witnesses for when Malbeort was slain. Eldora seems to be lacking a motive to harm either victim, and Wigfugol would like us to consider his lack of access to the restricted kitchen. The time draws near. Consider each testimony and all the evidence discovered. Action must be taken before others come to harm. We must apprehend a guilty party. And now we have a choice of 3 options. To apprehend Eldora, Swiftborn, or Wigfugol. So, basically, who do we trust the least? And that we will find out next time. Until then, bye for now.